First of all, we are enjoying a period of stability from a political standpoint, which of course has not always been the case in Italy. There is a government, center-left, which has a huge parliamentary majority, and which is benefiting from a level of stability which for Italian standard has not been seen in the last years. Starting from this point, what the government is doing, and also knowing to have a good level of support across the country, is to starting making some reforms which have been waiting for years in the country. I can mention, although it is not strictly relevant to real estate, the reform of the job market, which has been recently passed after years and years against the positions of the trade unions, which are historically very powerful in Italy. The reforms, there are reforms to come. They are working at a tax reform which should make the system more transparent and easy to understand for foreign investors. A reform which is very significant to the real estate market is the reform of the commercial lease agreements. We have had for 36 years a law which was extremely protective for the tenants, historically coming from a period when the Italian politics was extremely protective for the tenants themselves. We had, for example, just to give precise examples, a minimum term of 6 years for commercial lease agreement, which could not be departed for, so no right for the landlord, for example, to withdraw from the lease agreement before those 6 years, with a fixed rent, of course. Certain protections for the tenants in case the lease was not renewed at the end of the mandatory period. Now, in case of lease agreements which provides for an annual rent higher than 250,000 euro per year, the parties are free to negotiate everything they want and to write everything they want in the contract, which I understand for you could be funny, because it's absolutely normal in the Anglo-Saxon world that you write whatever you want in a contract. It was not the case for Italy, and I have to say also for other continental Europe countries, as Germany, for example. But in Italy now, you buy an asset and you can be sure that you can negotiate with whatever you want with your tenant. So for sure this will be a reform which, in my personal opinion, in the long term will give benefits to the Italian real estate market and to the foreign investors who will come to buy properties to be leased. Also, rates, which in Italy are called SICS, Società di Investimento Immobiliare Quotate, have been reformed in a way which should be extremely interesting for foreign investors. Real estate funds, which are the fund managed by companies like Manfredi's and Andreas companies, are becoming extremely popular among real estate investors coming from abroad, especially because of their extremely efficient tax treatment. And also I have to say that regardless to reforms, foreign investors are trying to become more confident with that kind of structures. I don't know if it is also an effect of the fact that they are more confident, more relaxed when they approach Italy as a market to invest. But the matter of fact is that many US private equities are investing in Italy using that kind of structures, which was not the case 2 years ago. Just to mention other reforms, this is small, but this is very relevant to the real estate market. Italy, as you know, it's the national passion is soccer, is football. We do have stadiums which are pretty old if compared to other countries, especially the US. A very simple law has been passed 18 months ago, which allows the construction of stadium with benefiting of a fast track in terms of permitting. You can get a final permit to build in 270 days, which is an incredible small amount of time for Italian timing. Having a new stadium authorized could take years. and benefiting of this law, for example, there is a US private equity, Boston-based, who is investing in the new soccer stadium of Rome with an investment of about $1 billion planned for the next years. So that's something which I think will give a lot of benefits to the Italian market and to the investors who will decide to come from abroad.